they send it. Okay, wait, but let's wait.
Come on. Yeah. Come on. Let's get back. Let's go back. Let's go back to the
How
track
many
list.
songs in?
Okay, so we're at Your Face.
Okay, Your Face.
Yeah,
All right.
okay.
So the K-Rock starts blasting it, and
Yeah.
it gets great reception.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, there's
Yeah.
confusion now because there's another thing that's getting played.
Yes.
This new fun thing killed our other fun thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Because people
now
said-
it's like, wait,
yeah.
what am I doing?
Yeah, it's a programming nightmare.
Thank you.
Because they're
Yeah.
it's similar to when they're trying to push Conatown while we were doing In With the Old.
Yeah.
And
then
Ashes, actually, this did kind of happen a little bit where one kid,
But at least
Give It
they
Up-
were years apart.
At least they were. But Ashes got killed a little bit more by Give It Up.
Yep.
Right.
Who was an old baby. So
Very
this
similar.
is kind of
Yep.
par for the course, except we got major label. Whatever.
Wow,
Yeah.
this
Well,
is
go-
like mind
very
bending
similar.
for me.
Going back to that's another one that was on the demo, totally like kind of finished and dialed down
Yeah.
to everything. But
On the machine.
On the
On the-
machine,
from
just
Pat.
like Bring Me Along.
Yeah,
But
Pat.
when that's how he picked those ones, that one, and was kind of cool because we honored the demos that we had already
Mm-hmm.
with just kick-ass producers, and we replayed everything and re-sang everything.
Yeah.
And of course they added more. Of course he added his pianos and stuff like that. It was kind of cool. And apparently he added a really cool hip hop beat, which cost like $20,000, which wasn't really much different than what Yee was already playing, which was kind of like,
it did add that extra little layer for the intro,
Yeah.
But again, no shame. Your Face, another mainstay that we play all
Another
the fucking
mainstay.
time.
Oh, yeah.
Still fun
No
to play.
shame, just coming in
Still fun.
hot.
God damn it.
Okay, and then next after Your Face is Nice Time.
Ooh, another mainstay.
Another one.
Another mainstay,
Yeah.
which was played all summer, this last summer, and every summer.
What you're trying to tell me is that almost every one of these songs so far is something that we still play
Pretty
religiously.
much. Yeah.
And this
was,
is no shame.
Was Nice Time Leary?
Nope. Hex.
That was Hex.
That's a
okay.
Hex, yeah.
Oh yeah, because he put some heavy Hex stuff on
Oh, he hexed
that.
that up. Yeah.
With the guitar, the guitar riff in the beginning.
Yeah.
Yep. Dun, 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 dun.
Yep.
With that delay that goes on forever.
Yep.
Right.
Like that a lot.
Yeah.
You know what that was? That was an even more refined version of like, Look What I Found with the riff.
Yeah,
Like,
totally.
see how songs can go back?
Which sounds great on guitar.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
It sounds great on guitar versus Look What I Found, which I think sounds better on horn.
Yeah.
Or even after going after it's almost kind of like I've been here a while too.
Yeah.
There you go.
Like that,
I
if
like
you're
There you
that.
go.
Yeah,
Love
if you're
that
going
song.
after
That
like,
song's so
it's
good.
amazing.
That
but it's
song's-
kind of that has a little guitar riffy hook thing.
Yep.
Hey.
It's kind of like more of an like.
Does it have a drum fill to start the whole thing too?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Guys,
Yeah.
when your heroes become your producers,
Yeah, it's fantastic.
What are you gonna do?
So yeah, Nice Time.
And then
that's a mainstay right now. What else is? I feel like there's something else in that song. That's
Oh,
kind
the
of
little
like-
keyboard during the chorus. Yeah,
Yeah, and also that was a fun dubby breakdown
Oh yes,
that happened that we hadn't done quite yet. We really didn't. We kind of get really. We do that live at least. We
Yeah.
We try to get into it, splash.
Oh
around
yeah,
some-
yeah.
But that started from that
halftime.
bridge though, right?
yeah.
That's that bridge. And also too, we only do it like half as long as we do it live now
Right.
in the recording version.
Oh.
It's more pop orientated. This
Copy.
like Hex was like going radio for it.
Right.
You
Right.
know, like
So
I'll
don't-
be here
yeah,
a while.
Don't make the bridges long.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So what we do it live is double time, just
Yeah,
because
yeah.
we get dubby.
Copy.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah. And then I remember the bridge on there's some heavy Hex stuff on the bridge.
Oh yeah,
His dubby little like,
the Furman, all that kind of stuff. Right.
Which, by the way, we fucking loved everything he did. That was
it
kind
was
of like there was no real back and forth,
Yeah.
really. I can only think of one, and it was such an obvious one, which we'll get to.
And, it was like Christmas too, because he would say, okay, you guys are done for the day. I'm going to put some of my Hex stuff on and come back tomorrow.
Exactly.
And then we come back the next day and be like, oh, what did he do? What did he do?
It was.
Yeah. and then I'd be like, oh, God, how sick's that?
Yeah, it
fucking
always
dubby
sounded
Hex shit
so
that's on the, yeah.
Bro, these
What
are the
the
days too where Hex would like wake up, run 5 miles,
Yeah.
and have a Boilermaker,
Yeah.
on his desk ready to go. He's like,
But he'd already worked out for like 10 hours.
exactly.
And worked on the music.
Yeah.
And by the time we got there, fucking way later.
When
we're
do
like,
you sleep, man?
Yeah, yeah.
I just remember every time we come back to Hex's shit was so clean.
So
like
tight.
everything he laid
Punchy.
down was just like so sparkly clean. And
Yes.
just like not in a bad way. Not
Great,
like
No.
great way to say it.
yeah, but just so it just
And new to Pepper.
Yeah.
Pepper could use a little, little wipe down once in a while.
But it was kind of that shit that we love from 311's music.
Yeah, that was was
that
good
it
point.
would be injected onto some of our shit, and we'd be like, oh,
Where
sick.
Leary, because we were doing it at the same time,
Yeah.
was saturated.
Yeah,
he,
yeah, yeah.
He wanted more like of like this.
The dirt.
Yeah.
He put
Yeah.
the grit in there and kind of went exactly. Two very different deals.
Where the next song, another mainstay,
Uh-oh.
Crazy Love,
Oh my god.
Yeah.
which was a Leary song.
Leary.
Yeah.
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 Ooh.
Yep.
Yeah. This is crazy though, how many, pun intended, how many songs are mainstays on this record?
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty
Hey,
incredible, right?
what did we say at the beginning?
Yeah. Our
This
favorite record.
is I think it
Yeah.
might be our favorite.
Like the
record
back half
collectively.
of the record, which obviously we'll get to soon, is the most non-played part, but it still like has seen a lot of
Life.
life. Yeah.
A lot of light.
Yeah. But
look
yeah,
at the
Crazy
fact-
Love.
Crazy Love. Again, Larry, like, just, I mean, all the takes were so fast.
Yeah.
That's what kept it so fresh, I
Yeah.
think. That's why it was just like, oh, okay, great.
yeah.
Everything was rapid, where I was questioning myself to, like, hey,
Yeah.
I don't necessarily think
I
that
don't know
was
if this is
great.
good.
Yeah.
And they're just like, I don't know what you're talking about. Well, then I'm crazy.
Yeah.
I think it's time we'd heard that.
For me,
Get out of here,
First time.
guys.
Because for me,
That's what they call
If you
shell
want to
shock.
do
Yeah.
one more, if you want to do one more, but keep in mind, we'd played the most shows we'd ever played.
Yeah.
See how we did
Right,
that?
right.
You've had the most studio experience you've ever had to where you're finally not counting the click.
Yeah.
You're not, playing the wrong bass part. No, you just
Better
kinda know it.
instruments, too,
Yeah.
at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Oh God. Yeah. And
Better.
you've played these songs live, so
Yep.
you know the spirit of them is alive. They're
And
not
I-
just paper and music on a piano or a guitar.
Yep.
Singing on your bedroom. No, this has been played and it's been validated by crowds in England.
Yeah.
In Spain and Milwaukee and wherever you've been.
I think for me too, it's like that imposter syndrome almost that was happening.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Nice
you would
words.
just do 2 takes and they'd be like, "You're hired."
You're the best.
But I had so much PTSD from the
course.
first from the last 2 records,
Yeah.
I think,
Yeah.
that I was like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
I obviously need to do this at least 10 more times
At
to make
least.
sure it's. But then they're the ones that taught us. They're like, no, you don't want like. It's
not about that.
We want the fresh energy. We
Yeah,
want
yeah,
the. You know what I mean? Like
Well,
it just.
And two, guess who was telling you that on tour? Speaking of going back to why the road helps bring back the live, you put this music on people. They don't really know it yet. It's not recorded yet, but you're still playing some of it live.
Yeah.
You're getting the reaction. And from other songs. You know what's working in other songs.
Yeah.
Sly and Robbie.
Oh,
yes.
Sly and fucking Robbie, the cornerstones of Jamaican music anyway, which we'd been studying now for years and enjoying so much.
Learned from Don Wesley.
Don
Yep.
Wesley, exactly.
Yep.
And now these guys are not only musician legends, but they're producer legends.
Yeah.
And they've worked with the best of the best of the best. And I remember them being one of the most validating things in life was having those guys be with us and be so excited to see our set every day.
Yeah.
Do you remember that? Oh,
yeah.
And we're out with Slightly Stupid, so we're having the best fucking time already. But now Sly and Robbie, these legends, who every record you dug through the fucking thing and found whatever.
Yeah.
Was kind of inspired or played or wrtten by these guys. Every fucking Dennis, anything you want to know
Yeah.
about these artists that have passed away.
Black Uhuru.
Well, for openers,
Yeah.
like, and keep going. Just as for Dennis Brown, Bob Marley, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
All the best. And these guys have done it. Now they're on the side of the Pepper Show going,
Yeah.
can we play with you guys? Can we play with you guys? I don't know if that's before or after, but like,
08.
is
Yeah.
that 08?
Yeah, that was
Okay.
after,
It was
but-
after. Okay,
yeah.
exactly. So we're starting to garner that type of, these are the people that are looking to play us. So
Yeah.
imposter syndrome, yes, but we're doing it, people.
Yeah.
We're
Well,
making
and-
Pepper's becoming more than just the music, more than just the band. Your identity's coming to fruition.
And
Exactly.
also-
Confidently Pepper.
Also, I remember them saying on that tour that we did with them and Stupid about how when they go in to record things, they don't do more than I think 2 takes.
Which is where I was going
yeah,
with this. Sorry.
yeah, where they were like, no, man, we don't do
No,
more
no,
than
no.
2 takes because
Maximum.
Yeah, maximum.
When I track you,
usually
we-
just 1.
Yeah. Maybe 2.
because it doesn't want to. They don't want to suck the life out of it.
No, and it does. And but that's what Paul Leary was saying before. He's like, I don't want to.
Yeah.
And all those lush guitars. I remember that another thing from Paul Leary too. It's just
Oh, yeah.
different voicing, so many cool guitars, like really nice ones of his own collection.
Yeah.
Didn't he
The
steal a
instruments
guitar
got
from
better. Huh?
you? Did he try to steal a guitar from you?
No, I gave him a guitar.
He deserved
yeah.
it. So much good guitar work on Crazy Love too. I think if it's not, it's like at least top 3, but maybe top 2 of my favorite songs that you've written.
Yeah.
Performed, played. It's got enough of the old Pepper and what was happening new. That's
Yeah.
what I really like is, right? The kind
Yeah.
of,
Yep.
I love that.
It's interesting though, going through like the journal entries where it's like you think about In With the Old and it's kind of got a darker vibe to it.
Yeah.
Something like you could compare like Crazy Love to, just even like tempo wise,
Sure.
is like a love affair.
Sure.
But then you think about Crazy Love and it's such a brighter,
Yep.
like same, like kind of structurally kind of the same songs. You think about the drum groove and everything, but just a lot brighter and a lot more like happy sounding.
Relaxed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot more relaxed.
Yeah.
But also more vibrant. I'll tell you this.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
funny,
vibrant's a good word.
I was going to say with you,
instead of happy.
natural, you're not trying to add, but I wonder if Crazy Love could come out that good if you don't have like a border town where you already kind of went through there. Because there's I remember with the vocal kind of placings and the teachings from Ron St. Germain, something we would have never done to this day. But if you didn't go through that, I hear a little bit of that song. And what I like about Border Town, even though it's not my favorite song in the world, whatever, there's something in that I don't, if it made it into Crazy Love, that I love about Crazy Love. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
There's a weird feeling of that.
You have to like wherever
gotta go through
it
that.
arrives, you have to go through everything, right?
Yeah.
Crazy Love. Here's something for you guys too. I think Crazy Love and Green Hell are the only 3 instrument songs.
Oh,
Really?
They're both done
Yeah.
by Leary. They're guitar, bass, drums.
yeah.
Oh.
And
Both of them.
I didn't.
Remember
Yeah.
how we always used to talk about? I think like the first Rage Against the Machine album,
Oh,
where during the guitar leads there wouldn't even be a rhythm guitar track
Exactly.
over it. It would just be the bass and drums.
Exactly.
Where that's kind of the same vibe of
That was
Crazy
like-
Love
yep.
and a Green Hell.
Yeah.
And here's a direct correlation to Santeria, who also is Leary.
Oh yeah.
right?
That's right. Yes.
Which is like when you hear that, it's just guitar, bass, drums. There is an overdub guitar.
Yeah.
But there's no keyboards. There's no DJing. There's no horns. There's no any other instrument. It's just that band.
No tomfoolery.
Yeah.
It's just that band and their instruments.
That's pretty cool.
And
See, that's why I love the contrast between the Hex stuff and the Leary stuff works so good together.
Yeah.
Even though it's like the polar opposite kind of like Leary wasn't
Totally
telling
different.
us to bail. I'm going to put a bunch of shit on this, and then when you guys come back, you can check it out.
Yeah.
It was more he was just taking what we did,
Right.
and just making it sound the best that it could ever sound.
And no shame's a testament to not either or. It's both and.
yeah,
It's so funny.
and it works so
but
good together.
How does it go? How does it go so well together? The peanut butter goes with the jelly, baby.
Yeah.
And here's another thing. Paul Leary had already pulled out such great performances and production and sounds and done the justice for those Sublime songs, right?
Yeah.
3-piece band, Pepper
Yeah.
3-piece band. Didn't we even record some eventually on old Sublime tape, what was left over from their sessions?
Oh yes.
I don't know
think
if
so.
that's that
No,
record.
I think you're right. It's either that or
Pink?
or it could be Pink Crustaceans.
I don't know what it is, but he was down.
I bet it's no shame. But I remember he had an old reel of 2-inch tape, and I think he said he baked it and everything to bring it back to life.
because it had Sublime songs on it.
Yeah, because it had like some Sublime. I don't know if it was the actual master or just
That
another,
he dumped to 1 inch.
Yes.
Got it. I remember
Yes.
this.
You remember, right?
Yeah.
Essentially, what we're trying to say is there was tape that had both the artist known, the band known as Sublime, and Pepper on the same analog
2-inch.
Yeah. Yep.
And
And
at
just-
some point in time.
Yeah.
And to me, that's just beautiful.
That's so
That's
wonderful.
I just wanted to.
What a rad thing for a producer to do, though. Like,
Right.
I'm going to bring this old tape.
We
but,
never-
like, it's fun for him too.
yeah.
He's
Yo,
like,
yeah.
he's going to record off this fucking old reel of tape that we have. That I'm going to fucking bake.
But
and
how
maybe
sick.
refresh it. And,
A band that Pepper got to see as kids growing up. We never got to see Sublime play.
No.
We never got to do that.
No.
We never will.
Yeah.
But we got to be on the same tape as them for
Yeah.
a minute.
Oh, yeah.
On our favorite album.
yeah.
Coincidence?
No, I know. That's,
I don't know what to tell you
Magnetic
guys.
energy. That's what tape is, right?
And
God bless
they say, are
Larry.
you sure that
Yes.
was...
Magnetic.
Haters will say, are you sure that really happened? How do you even know that? Well, because Paul Leary was their producer and he had that tape and he recorded it right next door at the other one we were talking about.
Literally.
Literally. Yeah,
All right.
That feels good on the whole.
Wow.
Yeah, feels good.
Where are we now?
Now we're on a song that ended up, basically the demo ended up being the album version.
Okay.
Like your style.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I remember this and being with Hex in the studio.
And we imported.
And Hex, because Hex was sure about he's like, I definitely want to do that one, like your style. And I remember we tried to track it, retrack it.
Okay.
And it was just such like, I mean, it's almost like a hip hop song.
Yeah.
Where Hex was like, no, we just need to take this shit that's on this demo machine.
Right.
And just import it into Pro Tools and fucking.
Right.
And so I'm pretty much that, like the drums on that and everything
All the keyboards.
came straight from the 8-track.
Everything, I think you're right. Everything except for the vocals, the guitars, and the bass.
Everything imported from the 8-tracks.
So basically the keyboards, the drums.
Hey, guys. Yeah. Like I said, maybe there were 4 producers. Yeah. Do you know how proud I was when he was like, and I agreed with him too. He's like, because all Hex's stuff we've been raving about, he just, for whatever reason, it just didn't, it wasn't adding up. Couldn't find the exact tone.
Yeah.
Hexum, you can't find the tone in your studio.
Yeah.
And he's like, we have to import this. And I was like, oh shit.
Oh, that's right.
I was like, how, in my mind, I'm like, how are we going to hook up a Game Boy to the frickin' AI machines?
Yeah.
We don't have the technology for this. And somehow they brought in those, remember they had crazy, who did we have working at the studio? We had
GIF.
GIF was
GIF.
crushing it.
Yeah.
We had
Alejandro.
hand roll.
Hand
Hand
roll.
roll.
Yeah.
That's it.
Shout out to
Right.
the 311 crew, some of the best of the biz. But we plugged my goddamn Game Boy looking thing, which I still look at him like, what
Was he
is
trying?
this?
Was he trying to find like keyboard tones or something?
Everything. Every little
drum tones, everything.
But one of his coolest things he said, he goes, I've never heard a beat like this. Where I was like, I was so proud of that. But that was the culmination of starting earlier, from Pat, all this whole this journey we're taking on of having and learning at your own speed. You know how you demo, you changes, whatever.
Oh, yeah,
So that was so validating for me. He it's Quince's. He picks out what, what ended up on the radio, one of what ended up on the radio, what he thought and had pride in that music that he was picking, but also that it was recorded in a way that was attracted to him and then end up on the goddamn album.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sometimes right on,
I
man.
love that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Talk about get out of the way.
I love that.
No, I totally
Get out of your own way, Pepper. Look at these old songs you haven't done or whatever like that.
Yep.
It's only 3. It's just you guys. None of the crazy stuff. But also, hey, let me see them demos real quick.
No, I totally remember that. And he's just like, okay, fuck it. We just need to get this on to here and we're good.
Exactly.
And we're like, oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sick.
You never know when the actual recording's done.
No
it could be a
click track.
voice
This
memo.
one's sick.
Yeah,
He's like,
sick.
I validate this
done.
one. Yeah.
Yep.
No.
You're just like, check.
That was fun.
Yeah, music can happen anywhere and recorded anyhow.
And like your style, we didn't play it. Well, we played it a couple times. We played it once this summer.
Finally.
Yes.
We did.
Right?
We did.
Or did we play it twice?
I don't know. Once?
Twice.
Yeah, once or twice.
Yeah.
Point being is it's one that has
It's
seen the
still
light of
hanging
day.
in there. Yeah.
It gets played a ton.
Yeah.
Basically.
That was a
And
lot of fun. And it was the second time I ever got to use the character name as Nuts Wolf.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. Was it a feature?
I don't think it was a feature.
That would have been cooler.
Would have been way
yeah.
cooler.
I know.
Damn it.
It would have been way cooler if you did.
They would have been a lot cooler if you did. Hey.
They would have had a single. Atlantic would have maybe had a
I
single
know,
then.
of course.
Yeah.
Who was
Oh
on there?
my God.
Mad Cobra? Mad Lion? No, Nuts Wolf.
Nuts Wolf?
Sign
Whoa,
him up.
we don't even know
Yeah,
this
we don't
guy.
even know this guy.
He
Oh,
could have
it's
been
so
the
hot on the
first
streets.
artist on Law Records.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
provocative.
Jeez.
There you go. We don't know what happened.
Oh my gosh. Still can be.
And then one that has seen a lot of light of day and then kind of got reintroduced this summer is Point and Shoot.
Oh,
Yeah. After Like Your Style.
Guys, deep breath.
I can't believe
Every one of these songs so far
yeah.
has basically been played.
So hard.
I know.
And so long.
I can't believe we've only been through one skit so far.
That's okay.
But
We'll catch up.
Yeah, we're getting to the next one though.
Yeah.
To the next one.
So Point and Shoot. I remember
Wow.
one of my main memories of this song.
Yeah.
Was again not having a hook for it because I think the hook was just a pre-chorus at first.
So, yeah, I remember. I remember that there was just a chord progression
Yeah.
for the chorus with no words.
Yes.
Okay.
But I think the pussy licking part was a pre-chorus.
It was just the end of the verse.
Or it's into the verse. Okay. And then I just remember Hex being like, I think we took a day or maybe 2 days to try and think of a hook.
Yeah.
Right.
And then Hex just being like, wait, what are we thinking?
Yeah.
The hook's already there.
Yeah.
And we're like, what do you mean? He's like, the pussy licking part.
That's
the
it.
hook.
Which
and
is
we're like,
come on, guys. How
really?
progressive is that to
Yeah.
be like, he's aiming for the radios, but we don't. He gave us a little speech about not everything's for the
That's
radio,
right.
guys.
He did give us a
He
speech.
dumbed himself down.
Yeah.
and thank God, because what if we forced to try to do something else or PC?
And that's what it was. That's exactly what it felt like. It felt
Yeah.
like we were forcing something, and he's like,
Nope.
"I'm going to
already
like,
there.
yeah." He just Bruce Lee the goddamn thing. He's like, "How about we just move
Yeah.
the last
Be like
chord?"
water.
Yeah. He's like, "Let's move the last chord half a step up."
Oh, yeah.
And that's your chorus, and just repeat this.
Yeah.
See? So much learning. Wait, and he was goddamn
He's like
right.
Yeah.
he's like a fucking like Rubik's Cube masters of like
Right.
figuring out the song
Right.
and the arrangement. And so yeah, and then
smart.
also too though, don't forget.
Oh no, this is the
Don't forget that even though he did say that about the radio, he still was gunning for radio with this
Bro,
one.
Oh,
we
yeah.
gotta have a radio edit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Gotta have a radio edit.
So his
Oh, yeah.
his
Don't
radio
forget.
edit was like
Was there a cat?
there was
meowing?
there was a
noise.
cat meowing.
Instead of
yeah,
saying
just like
pussy, it was
meow, listen, meow, licking me. So he actually had a radio edit ready to go. Even
dubbed-
after giving us a speech, hey, not everything is ready for radio.
And
Like
what
kind of
a-
thing.
Well, he
What
got us to create the song.
Yeah.
What an edit,
Exactly.
though.
I know, right?
Meow. Meow.
It's so funny in retrospect because you look at like the songs that are on the radio now. If you're not saying every cuss word in the book,
Yeah.
you're not shit. You're not making any radio play.
You ain't eating ass. You ain't shit. But
But yeah,
goddamn
that was the really fun
Oh my
one.
God, I forgot about the meow edit.
Oh
That
yeah,
is
I did not.
No, don't ever forget.
Can't-
And wasn't there other talks of like, no, maybe we should just blank out the word. Maybe we should just, because I think there was
But
like
we
a lot
had
of-
to be creative.
I think there was a lot of talk about a radio edit, which is
Yeah.
funny because
Yeah.
Heck's giving the speech.
I know.
Then it seems like there was a lot of radio edit talk.
Hey.
Well, this is why. It's
It was
because it
provocative.
kind of was in the vein sexual content
Right.
of Give It Up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Which
they're
was
looking
becoming
at
a staple in Pecker's deal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we got to get that in.
Right.
Well,
You
which
never
is
know.
funny because I
You gotta
think
feed the
I-
monkey,
Gotta
man.
feed the monkey.
I think I even remember when we first signed with Atlantic, they were even flirting with putting "Give It Up" on the next record we make again,
That's
or
just-
or like pushing it further or something like
weren't
that.
labels doing that though? That's so That's so
yeah.
lazy.
I think they were
We'd never
basically
done
like,
that.
"Oh, this is a hit already. Let's just continue with this and
No,
keep it
I'm
going
out.
or whatever." But
No. That's why we're not a major label here at Law
yeah.
Records.
Wow. God, this is
We
good.
learn what not to do. And, you know, hey, Ron St. Germain, don't put in the woes on
Okay.
Ashes. Hey, Hex, maybe we don't put the meow meows on.
maybe don't put it. Meow, meow.
Meow meow meow.
All right,
Yeah.
so next song is the first one that doesn't get really played, that we haven't really played.
Jesus,
much,
there's one on there?
which might not get played until we do the 20th anniversary tour of No
Oh,
Shame,
which is
Ooh, that's coming up.
2026.
Coming up here.
in a couple of years or
Right.
however long it is.
Right.
Old Time Problem.
Oh, yeah.
But also banger track.
Yes.
And also imported.
Part of the
Part of it
8-track
is
demo
imported.
machine.
My production game went.
Yeah.
That little Roland deal was
Yep.
so quintessential to that. No, that was, yeah, a good one.
But we
Yeah.
were playing that live
I think we played the shit out of a lot
I think
of
we
those
played
songs.
a shit out of it live.
a lot.
Yeah.
And then after it got translated to an album, we didn't play it a ton.
Yeah.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
And that was a tougher one to. Did Hex or Leary do that?
That was
I think that might have been.
I don't
God,
think
that's
it would
actually-
be Leary.
I feel like it was Leary.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I feel like it was because I don't remember Hex being like, because he kind of picked.
Right.
he
I just
kinda
I
picked-
remember
he
I remember that
cherry-picked.
one being a little more squeaky clean, like Yasad was explaining though.
Yeah, like Hex's stuff.
Yeah,
was?
like Hex's stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was saturated, but I mean it's been a long time.
I wonder. Yeah, I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know. Either way, we got to have a fun guest vocalist.
Yeah,
one of
Ruthie.
our oldest friends, Ruthie.
Yeah.
Ruth.
Who's kind of like.
Did she come in and sing in the studio?
She was living in LA.
I think she was
Yeah.
in LA, and we're like, we need a chick thing on that.
So was it at Total Access? Dude, because I would tell
I
us
feel
if
like
it was.
it wouldn't
if it was
have
Leary.
been. I feel like it was a here thing.
Oh, okay.
Because I
Yeah.
remember her.
Then
at
that would
the-
be Leary.
At Total Access.
Yeah, I think it was
Yeah.
Leary
Okay.
for whatever reason,
Yeah.
and
So did he import the drums though?
maybe
Or
that
was
was
it
a
both?
hot. Did the pop pop pop.
I
pop,
just
pop,
I remember so much of the demo being on the
Yeah.
recording. But the way that we were doing it live was
Yeah.
also different. So the arrangement and things changed for the
Yeah,
record.
we started to play it different too.
Well,
Yeah.
that pop, yeah, that
which
like,
was
that,
better.
like,
I like the way we played it live. I don't remember how
Yeah.
that is now, but
Because I'm pretty sure that snare fill was from
that
the
was,
demo.
bro, your boy programmed that.
Yeah.
But, still,
But then I might have played like just the groove along to that.
I think
or
that one
something.
stuck. You played the groove along to
Yeah.
that.
Got you.
So it was both. I
Okay,
think,
so it
maybe.
was layered.
You
Yeah.
played, but you had the click
Yeah.
track, which was
And did the arrangement change at all from?
From
The
what we were
demo?
doing live to
Yeah.
that, yes.
Yeah.
that's a good question.
Because we were you demoed
Yeah.
it.
Yep. Yep.
Then you showed us.
Yep.
Then we played it.
Yep.
And then we played it live on the road.
I think we did.
Yeah,
We did. Yeah,
Yeah.
a bunch. And then that morphed, as songs do on the road naturally.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then when we got back, it went back to the demo.
demo. It got unproduced.
It got all the way back to the demo.
unproduced. That's pretty wild.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild.
Interesting.
Or it
either
went
way.
back. It went to Brett's production versus Pepper's production.
Right.
Then it went back to Brett's production
Yeah,
into
right.
Leary's production.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
That's a lot of mojo.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Ruthie absolutely killed it on there. It was fun to have was that our second feature?
I think so.
If you don't count Nuts
Yeah.
Wolf, obviously.
Well,
Yeah. Right.
That's more an in-house feature.
in-house feature, but no, a chick singing on there, and to me that really was a fun thing. One of our oldest friends on there. Wait, excuse me. Muff was a feature, first female
on Give It Up.
on
on
Give It Up skit.
Yep, thank you.
Technically,
Thank you.
No.
But no, that was a lot of
sorry,
fun.
yeah.
Sorry, yeah,
it was
you. But no, that was a lot of fun. And chick singer down there, very different song.
That's wild too, because that could fool me that was a hex track.
Oh,
Me
I thought
too.
because it was
Me
just
too.
cleaner.
Yeah,
Me too.
But yeah, no, totally.